Well, hello, gamers. Yes, hello, gamers. Halloween is over, which means I shouldn't really be using the skeleton anymore, but that's okay because I have a good idea for this. See, it's a snowman because after Halloween comes snow, and it's a chalkboard, so I can change it, what's on there, to what I'm going to be talking about right now. Right now it's a heart because the whole series is about love, so we're counting it. I'm having a lot of fun talking to lots of different people on these various dating apps. However, none of them had tutorials when I download. There are still a lot of things I don't understand about them, even after using them for more than a week. So I figured, why not make my own rules? That's right. You're tuning in to another episode of... Now, I'm essentially just going to be going through all the apps that I have on my phone and finding ways to use them as dating apps, whether that's meeting people, getting advice about dating, using them to go on dates. Whatever the case, I'm going to be using it as a dating app. So we're going to go ahead and start with the app Twitter. I am not an artist, so you'll have to bear with me. Before we get too much into that, though, I'm going to take it over to Media Recommendations Truman for movies and TV shows he'd like to recommend. Movies and TV shows that have helped define the way that I think about love. We are going to start with the movie Life is Beautiful. The movie Life is Beautiful is an Italian film. It takes place in the Holocaust. And the movie is most well known for the second half. But the first half is a beautiful romantic story. And, you know, a lot of the things that are said or done in the first half influence some of the most powerful moments in the second half. The next movie I'm going to talk about is It's a Wonderful Life. I don't know exactly how much context I have to give for It's a Wonderful Life. It's a pretty well-known Christmas movie, a tradition for a lot of people, I think. But I think that the love story in it is really cute, and the fact that he so much wants to be selfish, but his love for her and just people in general doesn't let him. The next movie that I'm going to mention is Portrait of a Lady on Fire. Portrait of a Lady on Fire is a beautiful love story. It is rated R, so I don't know how much I can actually recommend it to the majority of my viewers. Now on to TV shows. The first TV show that I'm going to talk about, an animated TV show called Futurama. I'm not an artist. I've said this at least twice in this episode already. In Futurama, the animated show by the Simpsons creator, Matt Groening, the romance is frequently played for laughs, but when it isn't, it's really cute and is touching. The last show that I'm going to talk about today is Nathan For You. Nathan For You is probably the funniest show I've ever seen. Nathan Fielder going to several small businesses and taking his genius marketing brain and applying it in the worst ways possible. And that's what the premise of the show is Nathan Fielder helps small businesses. But underneath the show, his deep desire to be loved and his deep inability to be loved as well. It's most obvious in a couple episodes I'm going to point out. The episode The Hunk and the episode Smokers Allowed. That's the end of this segment for today and possibly ever, so I'll send it back to you, normal hair Truman. Thanks for that, Truman. I love you. Twitter is by far the social media app that I use the most. Both is kind of a self-discipline thing for myself, and to limit the scope of what I see, I've kept myself to only following exactly 420 people. Blaze it very funny. This does mean that since I limit myself in this way, that I can't do what a lot of people use Twitter for, is the absolute crime known as thirst following. instead of trying to find people on Twitter and then go on a date with them that way, I'm going to let them come to me. So I'm going to send out a tweet right now, just really something simple, and I'll add the link to the Google form in my Twitter bio. Something nice and simple like that. Now, as many of you know, I don't use Instagram hardly at all. So using it to find people to date is going to be a little bit tricky. But I think that the fact that I post so infrequently makes when I post that much more important to people. So I'm going to post on Instagram, and I'm going to use it as what a dating profile looks like on a dating app. So I like long walks on the beach and long looks at you, hot stuff. Link to go on a date with me in bio. And now we're going to move on to TikTok. My experience on TikTok has been a different one than most people. I don't spend a lot of time watching TikToks. However, I do make TikToks, but they're not for you. They're only for me and for former Vice President Al Gore. So the only two people that I follow on TikTok are Al Gore Official and at Soupy Time, Georgia, because I think she's cute. Georgia, if you're watching, I think you're really cute and really funny. And I'll give you some examples of Al Gore-centric TikToks right here. Hello. This message is for former Vice President Al Gore and Al Gore only. If you are not former Vice President Al Gore, please stop watching. Thank you. Hi again, Al Gore. Don't watch this if you're not Al Gore. I was just wondering, what's your middle name? Mine's Richard, but if it were up to me, it would be Al. Hi, former Vice President Al Gore. There's this thing going around on Twitter where there's a bunch of normal stuff, but it's cakes. So I just want to assure you that even if you weren't a cake, I would still eat you. Hey, Al Gore. I just wanted to wish you a happy Independence Day. If it were up to me, all 4 heads on Mount Rushmore would be yours. So what I'm going to do with TikTok, besides simping for Soupy Time hard, is just ask Al Gore for advice. He's been married for a long time. I'm sure he has a lot of great advice. Hi, Al Gore. It's been a while. Don't watch this if you're not Al Gore. But Al Gore, I was wondering, I am trying to go on a date, and I've started a YouTube series here. You can see I'm filming with that camera right there. And the goal of this series is to eventually go on a date. I'm trying lots of different dating apps, and I'm trying different apps that I have on my phone as dating apps. And since I'm using TikTok to only talk to you anyways, and you're married, you've been married for a long time, so I figure you have a lot of great advice. So if you want to either make a TikTok and send it to me, or just comment on this TikTok, all your advice about dating, I would love that. So please hit me up, Al Gore, and don't you shouldn't have watched this if you're not Al Gore. The next app I'm going to be using is Facebook. Now, Facebook is going to be difficult for a couple of reasons. First of all, the only people I'm friends with on Facebook are people that I'm friends with in real life. And for a lot of them, they're my family members, and so that would not work out. The other reason is I barely ever post on Facebook. I'll be honest, I still only have Facebook because the improv troupe that I'm in, I have to be a member of it for that. So that's really the only reason that I had Facebook for quite some time. And the only thing that I ever post on Facebook is political jokes. And political jokes don't make someone want to date you. In most cases. Hasanabi, he's a stunner. So I'll just do the same thing here pretty much. I'll just ask for advice, vague dating advice, and then drop the link to the Google form that people can fill out if they want to go on a date with me. We'll see what happens there. One of the final apps that I'm going to be talking about is the website or app that you're on right now, YouTube. Now, one of the biggest steps that I've taken on YouTube is to put the Google form for people to go on a date with me in the descriptions of the last 2 episodes of this show, and it'll be in the description of this one as well. Most of the YouTube comments I've gotten haven't been about my appearance, but more about my comedic talent, but I do want to talk about a little bit of it. I got one comment in particular from my great-grandma. Now, you might remember the, idea of my great-grandma from an earlier video on my channel where she was impersonated by a Facebook scammer. This was a comment that she had left on my Tinder video. She said, "I'm too old to date you because I am your great-grandmother. But if I was about 60 years younger, I think you would be a very fun date. I'm sure you have a lot of young ladies chasing you. Take care and have fun. Love ya." Thanks. Hi, I didn't know you watch my YouTube videos. I'm just going to talk about 2 more apps before I take a little break to just see where these seeds that I've sown, where they will grow. The 2 final apps that I'm going to be talking about are 1, Discord, and 2, Among Us. Discord is a messaging app designed to be very low processing power so that it can play in the background while you're gaming on your PC. But it can also be just any kind of messaging app, which is why I have it on mobile. I originally got the app because a couple of my friends from high school, and then their boyfriends or girlfriends or, whatever, friends that they had made when quarantine started, they all wanted to have a place to chat. And there are some very attractive people in that server. So I think I could still have some fun, even if I don't end up doing a lot of dating with this group of people. I'm sure I can get a lot of great dating advice, because while I've never had a boyfriend or girlfriend, most of them have. So we'll see how that goes. I've made a separate role, and I've invited people to join it, and then we'll see how that goes. And finally, last but not least, we're gonna do a little bit about Among Us. Among Us is a very fun game that is both on mobile and PC. I've had it for about 2 years, and it sprung up in popularity in the last couple of months. And I've seen a lot of other people try and use it. I don't know if I'd call it as a dating app, but they're definitely using it for something other than playing the game. And I figure, they keep doing it, so it must be successful. So I'm gonna try a hand of it on my own. So I'm just going to enter a lobby here. Okay. So let's start here. Let's just say, have we got any hot babes in this lobby? Isaac said yes before I even asked the question. Isaac must be a hot babe. I have no choice to believe so. I can't tell what Red was trying to say there. Because I have censor chat on. Okay. Oh, Rihanna. I wonder if that's the real Rihanna. And I got banned from the lobby. Okay, maybe Among Us wasn't such a great idea. So now that all these seeds are sown and we're just waiting to see what sprouts up, I'm gonna, take a break, maybe do a little watering, and what else do you do to plants? That's what I'm gonna do to these seeds that I've sown, and we'll see what sprouts. In the meantime, you guys take care, and I'll see you What's up, gamers? I'm out of pajamas. I really only have the 2 sets of pajamas, so you're getting shorts and a t-shirt. Thanks for watching the video. I had a really fun time making it, and the next one's gonna come out much sooner than you'll expect. Wink. Also, for anyone who has filled out a Google form, I'm not going to be looking at them until the next episode, and I'll be going in blind for those, so that'll be fun and exciting. Good luck. Thanks for watching. Drive safe.